I'm gonna tell you a story. And this is gonna be a story about knives. So knives, they kind of look like this sometimes. Like, they go shing, like that. And that's a knife. It could also look like this. And it could just be like super shing. Maybe you bought that super cool knife that's just like, it's like this. And it's actually a machete. So it goes, oh yeah! That's not a machete. It's like, oh yeah! Oh yeah! That's not a machete either, but that's okay. These are all knives. Well, some people they like these knives, or they like that, and then it's just like, oh yeah! Oh yeah! Never. I don't know what I'm doing. And so, anyways, the point that I'm trying to make. So let's say that you have knives, okay? Because your mom is sitting there, and she likes to cut tomatoes, okay? This is your mom, okay?
She has wooden hair.
Yep. Okay, lots of hair. Moms have lots of hair.
Wooden hair, too.
Yep. And her arms are coming over here, and here's your counter, and right there, and there's like a cutting board, and there's like a tomato on there with tomato slices, and she has a big knife in her hand, and she's going, wah! With the knife, and she's going, wah, wah! Well, little Timmy over here, the little 2-year-old, he's like, yeah! And he sees his mom cutting with things. So little Timmy, when his mom walks away, because she's gonna like go, I don't know what she's gonna go to. She's gonna go to the zoo. She's gonna go to the zoo. So while his mom is at the zoo, okay, so she's at the zoo, and little Timmy is sitting there, and he's just like, yeah! And he goes, whoa! And he sees that drawer, and he full of the knives, and he knows that he's not supposed to get into it, but he opens it anyways, and it goes whomp, 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 whomp. And he sees that knife in there, and it's sitting there, knife, 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 and it's sitting there in the knife drawer, and he's just like, I want that knife. So he grabs it, and he holds it in his hand, and he goes, I got a knife! And he goes, knife! And then he's standing there, and he's like, what do I do with knives? Oh, well, mom makes tomatoes with them. So, what else do you do with knives? So he's like, well, tomatoes are food. And so what he does is he goes, ha! With his big teeth. And he stands there, and then he opens his mouth like that, and he holds the knife, and he goes, da 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 da. And then, and he eats it. He eats the knife. Okay? And it's his arm, and it's holding it. Womp, womp, womp. He holds the knife, right? And he's holding it, and he goes, womp, 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 womp. So he's sitting there, and he eats the knife. And it goes down his throat, all the way in. And then Timmy is just sitting there, and he's just like, he's looking down, and he's just like, here's his throat, and here are his arms, and that's his body, and those are his legs. And he just kind of has a knife with blood going everywhere, kind of going through him. And then his mom comes back home, and she goes, ah! Ah! You see that Timmy has a knife in his stomach, and that's why you don't mess with knives. Because if you do, then the knife monster will come. And when he sees that your mom has screaming, ah! Because there's a knife in you, he'll be like, oh, okay. And then he'll just throw knives everywhere. And then it'll be a party. And then all the little kids will just be sitting there with all the knives in their faces, in their guts. Because they need all of the knives. And there's going to be a lot of little kids with knives in their stomachs because the knife man, the boogie knife man, decided to come. He's very scary. Don't mess around with the boogie knife, man. Don't mess around with them, kids. He's very scary. And that's the end of this story.